Hello YouTube, this is my second attempt at filming this video. Just to warn you, the weather is being mighty changeable and we've just had a hailstorm, which is why I had to stop filming the first time because it was really loud. Hopefully we don't get another one. I'm going to give this another go. I apologise in advance for noises on the roof because I am filming in my conservatory. Reason being I wanted to go for natural light as much as was possible and I felt this would be a good room to film in. However, the roof is very noisy when it rains. So we'll see how we go. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Anyhow, Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruth. This is my channel all about cross stitch, occasionally about books and sometimes other crafts as well. I apologise in advance today because I have what I think is the beginnings of a cold. So I'm a little bit snuffly and yeah, I'm a bit bunged up. So hopefully that doesn't come across too badly in the video. But if I sniff a little bit, I'm really sorry. I don't have tissues to hand, so hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. But one nice thing is that I'm currently actually filming with a tripod for the first time ever. My sister-in-law very kindly gifted me a tripod for Christmas. So this is my first time using it, which is hopefully we should have a nice, still, non-droppable version of filming. Keep your fingers crossed for me. So anyway, what is this video about? This is going to be my 2026 January WIP Parade. This took a lot of organising. My goodness, I have a lot more WIPs than I realised. So, some disclaimers because most of you know I'm a little bit chaotic. I'm a little bit unprepared. For those of you that haven't been here before, I'm not very good at organisation. I have ADHD and therefore my brain is a bit all over the place. However, my projects are not all ironed because we'd be here forever. I'm not very good at ironing. Also, I don't have pictures for every single project. So I will do my best to give you what the project will look like when it is finished versus where I'm at. If I have the time and I remember and I can figure out the software, that's a lot of ifs, I will insert pictures. But bear with me, we'll see how we go. I'm still learning. I'm still I'm not new at Flosstube. I've been on Flosstube for a while, but I'm still trying to learn what I'm doing. So, without further ado, let's get started before the hail comes back, because this could be a little bit of a long one. So, these are not in any particular order, because honestly, I can't remember when I started what. However, I do have my oldest WIP. I'm fairly sure it's my oldest WIP, so bear with me, because this pile looks very precarious. I have all my projects lined up, and they're already going everywhere. Okay, so we are going to start with, if I can get this out of this tin without it going everywhere. I've just spent half an hour looking for this piece because I couldn't find it. So where's the magazine gone? Organisation as ever is going really well. Not. So this design was originally in, hang on, oh dear, this isn't a good start. Can't get things organised. Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, that tells you how old this is. Cross Stitch Crazy magazine is no longer in print. So this edition was, does it tell me, from, goodness me, June 2019. So this project has been going a while. Wow, I didn't realise it was that old. So when this is finished, the piece should look like this. This is my Stonehenge piece. It is full coverage. I think this is gorgeous, but it is taking a heck of a long time. So this is what the piece will look like when it is finished. Now, as I said, not everything is ironed. In fact, nothing is ironed. However, let me see. This doesn't look too bad. This is where I have got to. So as you can see, it's actually going quite well. I'm probably a good 2/3 of the way through. I need to finish some of this yellow up the top here. That is, nope, try again. That is actually the top of the piece. So I've very nearly finished the first page of the design. I just need to pull my finger out and get the yellow finished because that yellow stitching is a nightmare. And then move on to page 2. So that's where we are with that. I am determined to get back to this piece this year because I keep saying I need to finish it. It was supposed to be finished for when we moved in to our new house, which we've now been in for 6 years, I think, or possibly 7. Maths at this time of the day is not happening. Anywho, So this design is by Leslie Tier. It is, as I said, from Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. I am stitching it on, I presume, 14 count white Ada. That's what this looks like. Using DMC threads, and it is stitched 2/1. Okay, so that's number 1. Then we have, just because I found this and it's a little diddy one that I really should have finished over the Christmas time and did not. So the next one up is this little cutie from, I believe from Hobbycraft. Yes, from Hobbycraft. This I've had sitting in my bag forevermore. It's supposed to be my like cross stitch when I'm waiting for an appointment or I'm sitting in the car waiting for something. I used to work as a community nurse, and this would sometimes come out in between appointments. I've had other pieces like that, but this has not got very far because I lost it for ages. So if I can untangle it, bear with me just a sec. God, this Ada is like stuck together. Oh my gosh. What has been going on here? Okay, just going to move the thread. As you can tell, I got a really long way with this. Not. Please excuse the needle, but sorry. This is where we are up to, which as you can see is not very far. Now, bearing in mind that January is supposed to be my winter stitching month, I might actually leave that out and try and finish it because it'd be nice to have a finish. I have actually had a finish this month already, which I will get onto in a bit. We'll come to that. Let me just pop this needle back in here so I don't lose it. Oh dear. Right. So that's number 2, which is from Hobbycraft on 14 count Ada, stitched 2/2 with the kit things. I'm doing well. Okay, moving on. Now, this one I don't have a picture for because this was a chart that I got from Etsy many moons ago. It is my Disney Heroes, wrong one. Disney Heroes piece. There is a companion piece which is Villains, which I haven't even started. Do I have a board? No. That was clever of me. Oh my goodness, what is all over this? Okay, this is going to need a wash. It's the first thing that makes me think of with this. What can I put behind it? I don't know. Okay, we're just going to go with it as it is. So this, hopefully you can see it. Oh goodness me, we really need a board. Hang on. Tell you what, let's put a project bag behind it. That will work, hopefully. Right, let's try again. This is where I have got to. As you can tell, I have not got very far with this. This is on 16 count dark blue Ada. First time I tried starting on 16 count. So we have Fantasia Mickey, we have Dopey from Snow White, we have Bolt from Bolt, and we have the beginning of Tiana, and that is as far as I've got. Ooh, holding that up was hard work. So this is another one that needs to come back out. My oldest whips, I obviously started them a long time ago and then got distracted by, ooh, look at all the shiny things you can find on Flosstube and Etsy. And oh dear, nothing ever got done. So I have all the threads for this. It is stitched in DMC. Considering I've just completed a project on 16 count black Ada, I think I can probably tackle this. So I might have to pull that out soon. But yes, so that's whip number 3. Sorry about the nose sniffing. Okay, so, right. How am I going to do this so that it doesn't go over? The next one is much more recent. This is actually my current work in progress. So, lots of you will have seen this because there are lots of people stitching this, including Lindsay from Stitching Magic 111, who is the person that inspired me to get the pattern. There's quite a lot of girls. Lindsay has a group on Instagram for this piece. So this is the Snow Beautiful piece that is featured in January, I believe, Cross Stitcher. Did I get that right? Cross Stitcher January. Yes, I did. Hooray. So this piece is by Tiny Modernist. It is the Snow Beautiful design. It is gorgeous. I love this. And if you want the project pack for it, Willow Fabrics do it, which is where I got mine from. So I have been stitching on this morning. It is in a hoop, but at least you can see what I'm doing. So this is where I have got to. She says, moving the excess fabric out of the way. No, hang on. There we are. Despite trying to stitch in a light room, that is really flipping dark. Can you see that? That's where I've got to anyway. This is my start. I started this on January 1st. This is my new year, new start. Stitched on 14 count sparkle white opalescent fabric, which hopefully you can kind of see, using all the called for DMC threads, stitched 2/1. And that needle minder at the top there is from Lindsay at Stitching Magic 111. We love her needle minders. Right, that's that one. Next up, this is actually finished stitch wise, so it is a WIP because it's not fully finished. But this is The First Noel by Alison Burrow of A New Creation Studio, and because it's finished you don't need a picture of what it will look like when it's fully finished. This was a job and a half. Mum, if you're looking, go away, because this is for you. This is her Christmas present that's a bit late because I didn't get finished in time. But this is my first Noel, stitched on 16 count black Ada using CXC threads bar the white. The white is DMC Blanc, I think it's Blanc. So this needle minder again is from Lindsay at Stitching Magic 111. Love her needle minders. Really pleased with how this turned out. Yeah, stitched 2/1. No, yes, 2/1 with mainly CXC threads. So this is going to be made into an ornament, and when I have actually done that, I will put the finished photograph of it on my Instagram account of the same name, Bookish Pixie Stitches, over on Instagram. So that is very nearly finished. I just have to fully finish it. So we're very near a finish on that in terms of completion. I do have a couple of other fully finished but not framed objects, but I'm not including them today. That was just here because I've only just finished it and I wanted to show it off. Okay, next up is Snow Flurry from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is a picture of what it will look like when it is finished. So it says "Let It Snow" in colours that are very reminiscent of the movie Frozen. I am stitching this with Lindsay from Stitching Magic 111. How many times can I mention Lindsay in one video? She is also stitching this with a group of other girls that she met at the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Retreat. I didn't go to the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Retreat, and unfortunately I haven't managed to get a ticket for this year either, so bother. However, this is where I have got to on this piece. I love this. This is stitched on 14 count white Ada, stitched 2/1 using all the provided threads. They also, and this is part of the subscription box from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So in the box, also with it, can't speak. In the box with the design, we were provided with some beads, which I think I will be adding, if I can remember where I've put them, when I have finished the completed design. We'll see whether I feel I want to add them once I've finished stitching it. This needle minder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, obviously. It came with the kit. And really pleased with how this is doing. This will be part of my winter stitching, so hoping to continue with this in January. And that's where that one is up to. Okay, it's not going too bad so far. How are we doing? I hope everybody is still with me. I am going through these relatively quickly, mainly because otherwise we are going to be here all day. So if you do want to know anything more about any of the designs I show, you've got any questions, there's something I forgot to tell you, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. I will get back to you with any information that I've missed. Okay, next up, you will have seen this a lot of times recently if you've been watching my videos. So this is another design that is in the January plans. This is the winter design from the December 2022 Cotton and Twine subscription box. That took me a minute. So this is what the piece will look like when it is finished. And so far, this is where I am up to. This is one I definitely want to get some more work on, if not a finish on this month or in the next couple of months. So this is stitched on white Ada, yet again, 14 count, I think. I think it's 14 count. Might be 16 count. I'm not sure. White Ada anyway. With all the provided kit supplies. Really, really like this piece. hoping to get back to it soon. Okay. Then we have, what's next? A slightly older WIP. So do I have a picture of this one? Let me have a look in my pile of mess. Yes, I do. So, that's the next design. So this is from the Little Welsh Sampler Company. This is what the piece will look like when it is finished. The word across the middle is cariad, which means darling in Welsh, or sweetheart in Welsh. Both interpretations, I believe, are correct. Nikki from Nikki Nat's Craft, she's a Welsh speaker. Nikki, if you know for definite the translation, because I am not a very good Welsh speaker, feel free to enlighten me. But I think darling and sweetheart are both correct. So we'll see. But yes, so this is what the design will look like when it is finished. This is very bitty. I love this design. I think it's beautiful, but my goodness, there are a lot of very small kind of motifs, that's the word I'm looking for. So this is where I have got to. This was a Mania star, a couple of years ago now. So we made some progress. I don't think I've touched it in the last year. I've been meaning to, and I just haven't got to it. So this again, I think is on 14 count white Ada. Goodness me, I'm boring with my fabrics. We need to maybe venture forth a little more with my fabrics. This Snoopy needle minder, I cannot remember where I got him from. I love him, he's gorgeous, but I've had him a long time and I have no idea where I got him from. So sorry about that. But this is stitched using all of the kit supplies. It is stitched 2/1 and hopefully it'll come out around February time for Valentine's Day. That's my plan with that one. So, hang on. I'm trying to keep these relatively organised because otherwise I'm never going to put them away properly. Next up we have a very frustrating one because I was so close to finishing this and then I put it down. So this is a design by, now hang on a minute, because this is either Russian or Ukrainian. I'm not Russian. It says made in Russia. This is designed by Tatiana Kuzmina. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And this is a little Easter bunny design. He's so cute. I bought a surprise box from, where was it from? I forget. Hobby Jobby, I think. And this came in the surprise box. And we were doing really, really well with this. Please excuse the needle, which is trying to escape. Go back in there. So, I've actually finished all the cross stitch on this. I just need to do my favourite thing in the world, not at all, is the back stitch. I loathe back stitch. I find it really fiddly and annoying, but I have started some back stitch. We've got some in there and then I put it down because I started something else. So I want to get back to this. Again, it's an Easter theme, so it seems like a sensible time to bring this out. It would be sort of March, April time. And give this some more love and actually get it finished and on the wall because it's really cute and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. So this is stitched using all the kit supplies. It's stitched again, I believe, on 14 count Ada. Really lovely design, thoroughly enjoyed stitching it, just need to get that back stitch done. So that's where he is. Next up we have a bigger design which I really should never have put down because I actually was really enjoying it. And then things distracted me and I started one of the Pro designs, which we'll get on to. We have words about these designs. Okay, so this is what I was stitching. This is the Bothy Threads Rendale Collection Bluebell Woods. Please, there's something in the back of this, so I'm sorry about the blur, but this is Mr. Badger. Bluebell Woods, otherwise known as Mr. Badger. I love badgers. I have a complete obsession with them. I think they are beautiful. And they don't get enough representation in my opinion. You get lots of foxes, you get lots of other animals. Don't see badgers very often. So, this is my little bid to get more badger designs out there. Although I have seen a very cute one that Lauren's from Cross Stitch Bunny is doing of a badger in a sweater, which I might have to have at some point. But anyway, stop getting distracted. This is where I have got to. So as you can see, he was actually coming along quite well. He is stitched on the Rendale Special speckled fabric. coming along quite nicely. Stitched, I believe, 2/1. Yes, 2/1, using the supplied threads. So Bluebell Woods. I say this with every single project. This is another one I need to get back to. I think I've said that with every single project. But this one I really do want to get back to sooner rather than later. He's so pretty and he's going to look amazing when he's done, but still quite a long way to go. So that is my Bluebell Woods. Then, oh dear, this one's been on here a few times. I do not have a picture for this. I do not know what I've done with the original picture that I had. This is linen. This is possibly, no, not my only linen. This is one of my very limited range of linens. I'm looking for something to back it with. I don't know. Right, let's just try it as is. Can you see this? Not brilliantly, no. Aha! Right, stay there. That'll do as a backing device. This is by Owl Forest Embroidery. This has seen love this year. This is my Baba Yaga design. She is finally making some progress. Not as much as I would like, but she came out around Halloween time. She is stitched, I believe, on, I don't know what count linen. It was provided in the kit. So whatever the kit provisional linen was, that's what it's on. I don't stitch on linen very often. I find it quite tricky, but I actually really love the way this looks. This is stitched using all the Owl Forest threads that specifically came with the kit. So they are variegated specialist threads. I love this. I really, really want to get this finished. There's still loads to do, but she is coming along. There's a lot more on her than there was. Really, really enjoy Owl Forest Embroidery, but I've promised myself I will finish this before I buy any more. And believe me, I could buy pretty much the entire site. So if I was rich. So yeah, we've got a long way to go with this one. In terms of the border is quite extensive. As you can see, we've got some of the border coming along at the bottom, but there's not a complete border on any side yet, and there's still quite a few bits to go in up here. So we're making some progress, which is good. But yeah, would like to do some more on her this year. Love that piece. Probably one of my favourites, to be honest. Shh, don't tell the other pieces. Okay, so she can go over there. Then we have a little one that I started many moons ago. This, where was this even from? Do I even still have the original pattern for this? I think I've got this on Pattern Keeper. I'm not sure who the original designer was, and I don't currently have a picture. If I can find the image on Pattern Keeper, I will insert it up here, so we will see. But this is a Valentine's piece. It's called, I think it was called Love Note or something like that. So the idea is that it is a little card in an envelope. So as you can see, I haven't got terribly far with it. It's a lot of block stitching. This is on 14 count grey Ada. It's stitched using whatever threads I could find that fit the colours, because you needed a red, a white and a pink basically. I can't remember honestly which brand. They're probably DMC. But this is stitched 2/1, and this, I need to make a decision whether I'm going to finish this or not. It's cute, but there's a lot of stitches in it that are all the same. So we will see, but I thought I'd bring it out to show you just because it was sat in my pile. Okay. Next up, we have one that I was hoping to get to in December, and it got absolutely 10 stitches of love, and that was it. Because I couldn't see it the first time I picked it up, and then I started something else and didn't get back to it. So this is my Silver Creek Samplers Kris Kringle's Flying Academy. This is what the pattern will look like if and when I ever finish it. And I say that because I haven't got very far at all. Excuse me. So this is what it will look like. This is an embarrassing one. So this is on beautiful even weave opalescent fabric. Not sure what fabric it is or where it's from. As I say, I'm not good at these things. I need to start writing these things down, I think. Maybe that can be a thing for this year. But this is on beautifully sparkly fabric. And as you can see, I've got not very far at all, because I keep trying to stitch this at night and I can't see it. So we need to get our special magnifying glasses out and sit down and do this. I might I'm considering doing Festive Fridays. Now, I'm not a massive Christmas person. I'm more of a Halloween person. However, I have quite a few, as of this year, Christmas designs, including this one, which didn't get any love at all. And I've got another one in this pile that didn't get any love at all that I was hoping to get to. I decided to make ornaments this December, and they kind of took up all my stitching time. So, yeah, I might do this as a Festive Friday piece. We will see. We will see. I'm not very good at having like strict goals on what I stitch and when, because my brain goes, no, I don't want to. Or it just completely forgets and goes off and does its own thing. That's the other problem. But yes, that is my, what did I say it was called? Kris Kringle Flying Academy piece. I really would like to get some work on this, so we will see. Maybe Festive Fridays is going to be a thing. We will see. Okay, next up is the bane of my life. Oh my goodness, we tried to be mega ambitious. So next up is my version of Lola Crow's Deadly Aquarium. Now you'll see why I wince when I say this. Why, oh why did I try and put this on 40 count? This is a beautiful fabric. If I can, hang on a minute, there's something on this. Bear with me. Get off. There we go. Sorry about that. So, this is where I have got, no it's not, I can't see that, bear with me. This is where I have got to. As you can see, we didn't get very far with this. I was trying to get some of the frame in. This is a labour of love. So this is on 40 count, as I said, malachite linen. I think it's linen. It might be even weave. It's linen. No, I think it's linen. I think it is linen, 40 count linen. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely stunningly gorgeous fabric, but man is it dark, and wow is it hard to see. Yeah, if I ever finish this, I'm going to be surprised, but I love this design. I don't have a copy of the picture, but I'm sure you've all seen what Deadly Aquarium looks like because so many people have stitched it. I love Lola Crow's designs. They're a bit ambitious for me. I don't think I'm quite good enough at cross stitch for them, to be perfectly honest. But this is where we've got to. Maybe this will come back out. I kind of don't want to leave it having put, okay, not very many stitches in it percentage-wise, but I don't want to give up on it. But it makes me want to cry every time I look at it because it's just so difficult to see. So, yeah, we will see. I mean, the stitches look lovely. They're teeny weeny, but why did I try and put such a big design on 40 count? I think I went mad. Anywho. So that is my attempt at Lola Crow Stitch Along number 1. There's another one in this pile, which isn't much better. I love her designs, I really, really do, but wow, that's a commitment. Right, so next up, I don't know what number we're on, but I'm like, how many projects do I have that I've done not very much on and not got very far? Quite a few. Okay, so, again, to my mum's partner, Doug, if you are watching, please stop watching because hopefully one day this might be a surprise. So, yes, go away. I've had this planned for a while, but this is my copy of By the Sea by Karen Carter. This is what the design will hopefully one day look like. It is full coverage. I love this piece. I think it's cute as anything, but oh my goodness, the blending. I had not come across blending before I started this design. Yeah, we don't like blending very much. We find it really fiddly. It's not the biggest of pieces. I really should get some work done because although the blending is fiddly, it does look nice. I'm just trying to figure out which way up this goes. That way up, I think. So, this is where I've got to. This is actually the whole width of the design. Oh, hang on. There we are. That'll be better. That is the width of the design. So it's not the biggest piece, but it is a fiddly so-and-so. So I haven't got terribly far, but this is stitched using all the kit, I can't think. Ingredients is the word that comes to mind. You know what I mean. All the kit supplies, there we are. It's stitched 2/1, it's on white yet again. Ada. I'll just bring it in a little bit so you can kind of see the blending. We haven't got very far, but you never know. Maybe I'm going to sneeze. I'm really sorry. Oh, we love having a cold when we're trying to film. So, yes, sorry about that. Hopefully that'll be the only sneeze. And sorry about sniffing. Okay, so Lighthouse, Karen Carter. Next up, how many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 left, I think. Sorry, now to sniff again. Threads. So, next up, we have 1 second. Sorry about that. I really did need to attend to the sniffles. So paused for a minute because I'm trying not to do it too much on camera, but honestly, whose idea was getting a cold? So anyway, enough of me moaning about my potential cold. Next up we have my Kathy Barrick. This has not had a lot of love. However, this is my Mother Nature piece. This is what it will look like eventually. I think this is really cute. It's really unique. I think it's just really different and that's why I like it. So I haven't got very far with this, but this is stitched on 32 count even weave, I think. 32 count even? No, it's linen even weave. Okay. Yes, it is 32 count. It is called Harvest Time and it is from Lakeside Needlecraft. Please excuse the dog hair on this. I need to clean this piece. This is where I have got to. I'm only going to show you the top because that's the only bit I've worked on so far. I forgot I had this, which is bad. I was going through my sort of bag of various whips and was like, I didn't know I had this. Oops. So we definitely need to get back to this one. It's more of a summery design and I'm not very good at sort of spring summer designs. Most of my designs are kind of wintry or like spooky. So we are going to have this one out in the future, but this is where we've got to. Love my little birds, they're so cute. So yes, Kathy Barrick stitched on 32 count linen even weave. I don't know how you can be a linen and an even weave. I'm confused. Anyone else understand that? I'm not sure I understand, but yes, stitched using DMC threads. All of the called for. It's going away. And yeah, that's what I have to say about that one. By the way, if you see needle minders and I don't mention what they are or who they're from, it's because I can't remember. Some of them are quite old and I've had them a long time and I'm not the best for remembering details, which is why I should get my cross-stitch journal out and actually write things down this year. If I manage that, it'll be a miracle, but we will try. That is the plan. Okay, next up. This is one I don't have an image for. This has featured in many of my Christmas videos because we were planning to do some more work on this. We did not do any more work on this. This is my Christmas jars collection piece. I can't remember what the original design was called. This is where it got to. So we nearly managed 2 jars. This one over here isn't quite finished. It needs some more backstitch. So this is where we got to. This is stitched on a green even weave. 28 count, maybe? Not sure. This was a stitch along that I started with Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago. Lauren's finished. She was finished ages ago. I have not got very far. I find this quite tricky because there's a lot of backstitch. There's a lot of colour changing. There's French knots. One day. This is another contender for Festive Fridays. So yes, hopefully one day this little beauty will be more than just 2 jars. There are in theory 9 of them. So we will see. So that is my cross-stitch Christmas jars. And then we have, oh dear, these are some small ones. So that again, I don't have the images for because I'm bad. I can't remember who this design is by. It's called Boo, I can tell you that much. It was in one of the punch needle and cross-stitch magazines. Is that what what's it called? I can't even remember what the magazine is called. Oh dear, we're not doing very well today, but this is stitched using threads from, excuse the rustling, why are they all the wrong way around? Week's Dye Works. This is my only piece in Week's Dye Works. So, backing device. This is Boo. He is stitched on. Oh no, the beautifully beige linen is back. For those of you that have not been here before, I recently stitched a Woodland Advent Candles Christmas ornament on the same fabric this is on, and that fabric and me don't get on. We don't love this fabric. It's incredibly stiff. It's incredibly frustrating, but it does look nice. So this is a design with, I think there were supposed to be 3 pumpkins, if I remember correctly, and there's Boo across the top. I haven't touched this in a while. Again, this is another one that was in the bottom of my stash that I went, oh yeah, I forgot about him. So I found the threads. That's a start. I think the pattern is on Pattern Keeper, but this pattern was taken from a magazine. And when I've put it on Pattern Keeper, it hasn't met up very well. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get back to that, but they are Week's Dye Works. This is variegated thread. It is very pretty, she says, trying to convince herself to pick it back up. And again, needle minder is very old and I have no idea. But that's where we are with that one. You never know. Maybe one day we will get back to that. There are things in here that I definitely want to get back to, and there are other things I'm like, I wonder if I will. Because I keep seeing new things and it's just, you start new stars and you completely forget about your old WIPs and they never get finished. That seems to be the story of my life. How many of us can relate to that, I wonder? Yeah, I really need to get some of these going. So, next up is another very nearly finished. This is a little design, I believe by Doing Jones. I think that's who the design is by. It's one of a set of birds. Don't ask me the name of the original set because I can't remember. This is stitched on 14 count grey linen, is very creased. So this is my little birdie design. As you can see, very nearly there. Even got some backstitch on it, but I haven't finished the backstitch. Story of my life. So this one is going to come towards the top of the pile because it would be a nice, quick, easy finish. And I actually bought the frame for it as well. That doesn't happen very often at all. So yeah, I would like to get this finished because I think it's cute. It's, you know, relatively easy, relatively easy, straightforward, stitched with whatever threads I could find, because they're all DMC. But I did make some colour changes from the original design. However, I can't remember which ones are which. Sorry, my dog just moved sort of towards me. She's not allowed in here. So yes, anywho. Stitch 2 over 1. Yeah, and this needle minder is from Lauren at Cross Stitch Bunny. I actually know where this one is from. Woohoo! Yeah, my little needle minder from Lauren. Okay, so Doing Jones. We're nearly there. If you're still with me, I'm impressed. Next up we have, I'm going to go for the biggie. So this is on fabric from Lauren at Cross Stitch Bunny Shop, or Stitch Bunny Shop. I can't remember the name of it, Lauren, I'm sorry. I bought it ages ago. It's Even Weave, and I think it might be like Stormy Night or something like that. This is another Lola Crow. You'll see a theme with my Lola Crows. We start the frames and we don't get very far. So this is the Greenhouse of Oddities piece. We've got the beginnings of Darwin down the bottom and some of the greenhouse frame. This one actually I think didn't do as well as the other one. This was even less stitched upon before I gave up because I can't do this. Again, I would love to actually finish this because these designs are so pretty. I love the design. I think they're so gothic and awesome, but wow, are they hard to stitch. So if anybody has any tips on how to stitch Lola Crow without wanting to throw the piece across the room, please let me know. Or if you've got any advice, because I don't know. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew. But again, I would like to get back to this if I can find where I've put all the threads. That's the other problem, is that I've got like various installments of the pattern and I'm not actually sure I've got all of it. So I may have to buy the patterns again. Oh dear. Me and Pattern Keeper, not friends. I'm probably the only cross stitcher I've ever met who actually prefers a paper pattern. Everybody else seems to get on really well with like Pattern Keeper and the other ones, Markup, RXP and Saga, and I think there's another one. I have no idea. This is all like complete phenomenon to me. Technology is witchcraft. I'm not very good with technology despite being on YouTube. So yeah, I have no idea how these things work, and I like my trusty old paper pattern and my marker pen because I'm old school apparently, which is quite funny. But yeah, so we'll see. The Lola Crows are definitely something I want to finish because Extraordinary Bird Sal, I want it. I'm not going to be able to do it, but I want it. I'm not buying any more Lola Crow until I finish one of those two. That is my rule. I'm like, no, because every time she brings something out, I want it. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, but they are a bit advanced for me. So we will see. And I always seem to try and put them on some fancy fabric that I can't figure out. Anywho, enough of that rambling about Lola Crow. Next up, we have Mary Shelley Sampler. Now, if you want to see a finished version of this, check out Cam the Stitcher, because this is where I saw this originally. She finished hers mega eons ago. I can't remember who the designer's by. Okay, if I can find a image of the original, I will insert it up here. If I don't insert them, that's because I haven't figured out how to. But this is stitched on 32 count even weave. The fabric is from Lakeside Needlecraft, and this is called Emerald. And I am stitching this using a variegated Dinky Dyes silk. I can't remember the name of the silk, but this is where I have got to. I don't know why I put this down because I am in love with this, despite the fact that this is the wackiest colour piece I've done, like variegated purple on green. I think the green was Frankenstein inspired and the purple is just because I love purple. But love this piece. It's really cool. It's a really cool concept. And if I can find what the heck I've done with the Dinky Dyes, I want to finish this. I'll be bold and say I want to finish this year. So this is where we're at. I love how this looks. We will see how that one goes. And then I have two left, one of which is actually fully finished. But, or not fully finished, sorry, is the cross stitch is finished. It's in here because it's in here and I like it. So this was from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is the Trick or Treat design from this year's Halloween subscriber box, and I actually finished something that I still have because I've had quite a few finishes this year, but they're mainly gifts, so I don't have them to show. Apart from Burrow Tales, but I'm not trying to show that again because it's too big. When it's fully finished, you'll see it for a second time. Anywho, this is stitched on grey, I believe 14 count Ada, using all the kit supplies, and this is my Trick or Treat glow in the dark Halloween design that I need to fully finish, which is why it's in here, because it's not fully finished and therefore it doesn't count as a finish yet. But how much do we love this? This is so cool. I love this design. I'm so chuffed with this. Like, I don't finish a lot of things and I actually got this done, and I got it done in the month of October too. So added bonus. But yes, I need to finish this. I want to get some of those backing boards from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Has anybody seen them? The inserts you put in the back of your piece to stop you having to do all that faffing about with sewing that I can't do. I'm not a very good sewer and I'm terrified of sewing machines. So like actually genuinely I have a phobia of sewing machines, which is not very helpful because I'd love to be one of those people that made project bags and all of that jazz. And I'm like, absolutely not. My sewing machine has been sat upstairs since I got it. I think I've used it twice, which is really bad. But yes. So this is where we are with this. So I have to hand stitch everything is the reason for that amble. So backing things, not my greatest profession, which is why I thought the wooden sort of slot in backing board would be perfect. So then I can hang this on my wall. And then last but not least, we have the Mythical Tales design, again from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, from their subscription box. This is what the design will look like when it is finished. And this has had some work. This is progressing, but it's got a way to go. So, oh, and there's a thread on it. Please excuse yet again the needle minder, which is also from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and the crumply thread. But this is on 14 count navy, I think 14. Yes, 14 count navy Ada. This is Mythical Tales using all of the kit supplies. This is probably my current second favourite. I love this. I love the design. It's books, it's dragons, it's unicorns, it's all the things I like. So I need to get this done. And that is all of my whips. So bear with me just a second. Sorry, had to sneeze. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing all of my whips. I think I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry. Sorry, didn't want to pause again. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to try and wrap this up quickly because I am obviously suffering a little bit. So, I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my whips. Let me know which one is your favourite, or if you're stitching anything the same, or if you have any advice on the load of crows. Sorry, gonna go again. Oh dear. I need to stop sneezing. This is not very helpful. Okay. So, plans. As I mentioned, I am going to do a separate video because obviously I'm suffering and I'm really sorry, but I don't think you want to hear me sneeze too much more. So, just to touch on January and what I will be doing, my theme is winter stitching this month. So, Snow Flurry will be in it. Obviously Snow Beautiful will be in it and a few others, but I will touch on plans and thoughts another day because this is already nearly 3/4 of an hour long, so we don't really need to prattle on too much. I just want to do a big shout out before I finish to some fellow Flosstubers who have inspired me, helped me, given me advice when I needed it. So obviously Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny and Lindsay from Stitching Magic 111, you two, big props to you because you're a huge inspiration to me. Lauren's been with me since the very beginning, and has always been nothing but supportive and lovely. Lindsay's a more recent friend, but she inspired me to actually come back to YouTube after I'd given up. I decided to relaunch the channel, having watched some of Lindsay's videos, having been inspired by her bravery at starting her own channel and just loving everything that she does. Also, some other people who I found really helpful along the way this year. This is just really to say thank you, but big shout out to Jen at Jen Stitchy Corner, Garrett at Coffee Stitcher, Becca at Becca is Stitching, Lisa at Lisa Stitchy Smith. I think I've got that right. She's on Instagram. I'm not sure if she's also on YouTube, but she's been a real sort of cheerleader for the channel. So thank you, Lisa. I massively appreciate it. Also, big shout out to the girls that I met at the various Lindy Stitches retreats. You guys keep me going. I don't have enough nice things to say, but you know who you are, and I appreciate all of you very, very much. There are lots of other people I could probably shout out, but because I am really starting to fade, I'm going to leave it there for now. I just want to say a very happy new year to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful, happy, healthy, stitchy new year, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.